Hey everybody. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. Normally, my videos are meant for people of faith, usually Christians, Catholics, uh, Jewish, uh, anyone who prays to the God of Abraham. Okay, so this one's a little different. This one is to anyone who doesn't. Okay, literally anyone. Here's your chance to prove once and for all to yourself if you're right or wrong. And if you really believe you're right, you'll take me up on this challenge. You have nothing to lose, but there are some caveats to this. You have to do it in a certain way, and it's very simple, and literally no one will know except for you. And so if you lie your way through it, it's not going to work, obviously. So it won't prove anything to anyone except for that you're a deceiver, which that kind of proves the point right there if you do it that way. But if you do it the right way, and I'm proven wrong, I will eat my words and I will eat this shirt. Okay? So, I grew up with faith, but I also am a defiant person. Even though I have a great family, my parents are still married, they're loving and caring. We grew up less than fortunate, and I made bad choices, and I don't like authority. And the mix of having a high IQ and ADHD and being different and defiant and coming from a family with a history of ties with things that we shouldn't be, I led myself down a treacherous path for 30 years. So even though I was faithful and I trusted and believed in the Lord 100%, I didn't see anything that I was doing as wrong because I wasn't hurting anyone. Everybody was complicit in whatever I did um, criminally. So um, there's not really criminals like this anymore. But back in the day, before the government became the organized crime group, the majority group, uh, there were these groups who started as clans, and they didn't hurt anyone except for people that were initiated in and knew the consequences of their actions. All right. So if I stole from corporations. If I robbed from corporations or big companies, never individuals. If I sold drugs, which I did because I was convicted of it, so I can say it on here and not worry about it, it was to other people who are all adults consenting, and I usually bought from them too because I myself was a drug addict. Not saying that that's right, but I also shouldn't have been faced with life in prison. So I lived this way until I was 30, and that's when I got busted in a big landmark bust. My face was all over the news nationwide. First kingpin drug case in New York State, outside of New York City. We were facing life in prison. Um, and I told the DA straight up from the beginning I wasn't going to do any more than the Lord wanted me to. I knew I was wrong and in the wrong, and I deserved consequences, but not life in prison. And he laughed at me. And guess what? From that life sentence, me and four other individuals in that case all got illegal sentences, and not one of us did over a year and 6 months, even though we were all sentenced to 5 to 10 years. I was sentenced to 10, and I did a year and change. I also got off parole early with a merit, but that was a different story because I haven't so much as jaywalked since then. Because if they offer you life the first time, they ain't giving you nothing after that less. You know what I mean? So I'm not stupid enough to think that the second one I'm going to get so lucky. That was a miraculous in itself event. But nonetheless, my faith has been unwavering. And as I looked the DA and judge in the eyes and told them straight to their face, screw you, I don't, you have no authority over me. The Lord is my authority. And that's what I'm going to serve, whatever is willing, or what is that will, not yours. And that's what happened. But regardless of that, today, or when I was in jail, I'm sorry, I'll start at the beginning. When I was in jail, every day I read the Bible. Okay, some like I don't know. I read through it 3 times from front to back, Old Testament, New Testament, everything in between, 3 times, which is quite a bit in a year and change. And at night when I would pray, and that I just read right in succession, right from start to finish, front to back, front to back. But at night after I prayed, I would take the Bible that I had in there and I would just open to a random page. I close my eyes, open to a random page. And every single time, whatever I prayed about was answered in the page I opened. And to this very day, this still happens. I thought I was the only person who did this until literally yesterday. I watched a video and another YouTuber had even a name for it. He called it Bible roulette. And I'm like, he literally just described exactly what I do and has the same exact experience, which that's insane. And I wasn't so much shocked that it works for him too. I just thought I was the only person who did it. And I love this name he had. I'm kind of jealous that he came up with his name. But anyways, I was praying today, and for the last couple months, I've been very, very isolated and prayerful and trying to get back to the Lord. Because when I was in jail and locked up, I came to peace and I was very, very diligent and in the scripture and praying and physically. I went in at 217 pounds. I came out at 275, big and healthy. And that was another thing. I said, Lord, let me be locked up as long as I need to get off the drugs, right? He also served me that one. So the Lord delivers his promises. But anyways, today, after about 3 months of being just feeling very, very driven to come closer to God again, right? Bring myself back to God. So the last 4 or 5 days have been a little weird. I felt a little off. I don't know, right? Anxiety again, stuff I haven't felt in like 2 or 3 months. So I prayed. And lo and behold, after I poured my heart out to the Lord and asked to strengthen my, basically to enlighten my path, because I don't know what the Lord wants me to do still. He basically forced me to do this because I hate speaking to a camera or in public. I don't like it. And literally my life was miserable until I succumbed to the desires of God, which you don't have to believe any of that. I don't care. That's not part of just giving you the backstory of this little challenge. But anyways, when I got done, I didn't use the full Bible today. I used this book of Psalms and Proverbs. And when I flipped it open, I flipped to Psalm 61, of which the title is Confidence in God's Protection, right? So, of course, as always, literally, every single thing that I prayed about was answered in a way that I didn't have to analyze anything. I didn't have to draw connections that weren't there. I didn't have to come up with clever ways to make it apply to what I asked. Like, it literally just answered the question. In fact, this thing's only maybe too little. The Psalms are in like poems for anyone that's not very religious, right? So I don't know if you can see this, but it's only from here to here, maybe like 100 words. But in that 100 words that I literally use that aren't typical words I would normally use in like this conversation or that I was talking to people. I would use them when I'm talking to God, or in this like 100 words that are chosen, right? Or that were in this poem. So song. But let me get to my notes here because I'm going to forget. But so where is it here? Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I am not happy right now at all. In fact, I'm very depressed. I have never felt like I fit in the world. I am a loner. I like to be by myself. I like to be in quiet time with myself or loud music. I don't care, but if it's music, it's different than loudness or anything else. I work alone. I work for myself legally now, but I'm a mason, but not a mason like a Freemason, a brick mason. But, anyways, so whatever. But I said, Lord, I don't know what to do. I have felt like the end is near. Since I was a little kid, I've been having nightmares about the end of the world for my entire life. And as a kid, it scared me. But then recently, I don't know why, but I've just become so sick of everything and everyone. Not everyone, but just what's going on in the world, and very isolated, and just asking God basically, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be walking this earthly life. I want to be serving in your kingdom in heaven. Not like I'm wishing to be dead. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I would rather be with the Lord in his presence, in his light. And I know you're not going to understand that, but just hear me out, please. Give me a couple minutes before the challenge here. So, what do I hear here? All right. So, I said, where is this, man? I can't find my notes. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, here we go. So, the psalm starts off, and like as I said that, I also said that I was overwhelmed at this moment because I didn't know what I've been just overwhelmed, like anxiety and stuff, like I said. And I said that my faith and my faith was strong, and my trust in God is strong. But me, myself, mentally, I'm feeling weak because I'm so anxious. I'm so, I don't know, overwhelmed. And literally, the first sentence is, the third sentence of this. So, 10 words in. From the end of the earth I call to you when my heart is overwhelmed and weak. I use those two exact words, overwhelmed and weak, in my prayer. Okay, so it says, Lord, lead me to the rock that is higher than I, which is talking about God, right? A rock that is too high to reach without your help, for you have been a shelter and a refuge for me, right? And it says, let me dwell in your tent forever. Let me take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Which I actually said that too. I said, Lord, one of my things was like, provide my family and me protection, shelter, or surround us with your wings. I didn't say shelter with your wings, but I said wings, like protect us in your wings. And that's right in there. Then it says, you have heard my vows, oh God. Because I'm like, let me know, like, why I feel like not, I don't know. It's weird how to explain this. But anyways, I'm like, let me know you're hearing this. Because for you have heard my vows, oh God. You have given me the inheritance. I also said, I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I'm a little bit afraid of what that might be, but I like ready to just do it. Give me some guidance on this because I want, when judgment comes, which you don't have to believe that either, like, I want to fall on the right side of the judgment. I want to be in your presence. I don't want to be suffering. I don't want to be nothing. I don't want to be whatever here. I want to be in your presence. And literally, it says right in here, you have given me the inheritance of those who fear your name. You will prolong the king's life, adding days upon his. His years will be like many generations. He will sit enthroned before the face of God. Weird. And I end everything with praise be to God, and it ends with, so I will sing praise to your name forever. I also said, I will serve you no matter what, which kind of a scary statement because who knows what that means, right? Well, you might not if you don't believe in God, but it could mean anything. I mean, it could mean like I might have to die for whatever this is, right? And it literally says, so I will sing praise to your name forever, paying my vows day by day. So that pretty much tells me something's going to be rough. Regardless, you don't have to believe any of that. You don't have to see the connection. Here's my challenge. The challenge is this. And here's the caveat to it. It could take you 5 minutes. It could take an hour. But you have to do it alone, by yourself, where nobody's around to hear you. You don't have to speak out loud. You can do it in your head. But you have to do it with an open heart, an open mind. That's it. And speak truthfully, like you were speaking to a friend. call out and say, God, if you're really there, give me a sign. Show me if you're real or not, so I can prove this idiot wrong, this child who believes in fairy tales, right? Say that. Say, I know you don't exist. Show me. Or if you do, show me. It won't cost you anything but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe an hour. Maybe you'll just pour it out like I do sometimes and not realize what time goes by. I don't know, but it's going to cost you nothing, right? And if you're right, you kind of win, I guess, because you can call me an idiot and say, yeah, I'm right. God doesn't exist. You're an idiot. I'll take that. I'll eat my shirt, like I said, because I don't claim to be a prophet or anything like that. But I do know one thing. God has pretty much told me anything. It came to be, and he said, put this challenge out there. If anyone calls out to me and asks for me to show them that I am God, and they come with a willing and open heart and mind, and I will make my presence known to them. Well, that's up for you to decide after that what you want to do. I don't want you to acknowledge me and tell me yes or no. You can tell me no if it's not, but I'll pretty much know you're lying, and then you're a deceiver, and then whatever. But if you do, and you're being honest, I will eat my shirt, because in the end, what is it for me? I don't give a shit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can be wrong. So, but here's the thing. If I'm right, you win. If you're right, you win. So what do you have to lose? If you're right, if you're really right, and you say it's all fairy tales and God doesn't exist, just do this, but be honest about it and do what I said, or it's not going to work. And then you prove to yourself that you are wrong, and you, in your heart, you're a deceiver. So you can't lose here. You either show yourself something about your true nature, you get to tell me I was wrong and call me an idiot, or maybe you get your soul redeemed and you don't end up like every other idiot on earth that doesn't believe. Let me know. And oh, if you do find God, don't tell me, just give praise to him. I don't care. It's not about me. So there you go. God bless y'all. I'll be waiting. I'll eat this shirt. Praise be to God. God bless y'all. Peace, love, unity. Stop fighting each other.